Hello everybody, this is Alyssa from Mink Arts and Crafts, and today we are doing my WIP and chat. So WIP stands for work in progress. Chat, well, we're going to sit here and chat, talk a little bit about what's been going on the last week, what I've been up to, all of that fun stuff. Normally I work on a WIP for that work in progress, but I'm kind of still working out my filming setup in here, because in case you're new to the channel or don't know, I just moved from California to Florida, and I'm currently temporarily staying in my parents' extra RV for the next couple months until I find a house. So I've got a filming set up over here in the RV for my regular filming stuff, but I don't have a setup yet for filming while I haven't figured out how I'm going to set up while I film while I diamond paint, because where I would normally set my camera is actually where the Berkey, which is a water filter off the RV, that's where the Berkey sits. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do the setup for filming in the RV for WIPs, because I work on an easel. So also I'm working on a very unstable surface. The RV is not a completely stable, sturdy surface. I'm also on like a weight folding table, so if it seems a little bit wobblier than normal, I apologize in advance. It's not a sturdy desk like I'm used to working with, but we're going to work with it. So today's canvas that I am going to be kitting up, I am kitting up my Nightcourt November canvas, and this is going to be Hello Wingspan by Viento, and that is this gorgeous piece that we're seeing right here. So I have all of the colors here. It is a round drill canvas. This is from Jaded Gem Shop. It has 40 colors, no special drills. It's a dark canvas, and I didn't really feel like there was anywhere to really put a lot of specials, so I chose not to have any specials charted for it. It's a lot of blues, browns, that kind of colors, and some a little bit in some 310 as well. So I chose to add no specials to this. It's a lot of skin tones, things like that. And I didn't feel like that was something that I really needed for it. So we're going to go ahead and kit this up, see how far we get into it. I love Jaded Gem Shop canvases. I have finished 11 Jaded Gem Shop canvases, and I have 2 current Jaded Gem Shops that are active WIPs right now. Do I have 2 active WIPs? Well, this will be my second. I have one that's already I'm working on right now, and this will be my second active WIP. So finished 11, and then this will make 2 active Jaded Gem Shop WIPs that I'll have going once I kit this up and start working on it. And then I have like another gazillion in my hoard from Jaded Gem Shop. I love them. I love working on them. They're super high quality. The canvases are fantastic. The drills are fantastic. I personally love the fact that I can order them in rounds. The girls are causing chaos behind me, so if you hear noises, that's the girls causing chaos. I love the fact that I can work on them in rounds. That like makes me super happy, because I can order rounds and do rounds and pick the size, so I can go with a small round canvas, and I don't have to have the massive behemoths that you would have to have for a lot of other companies. So that makes me super happy as well. So I think I'll have to use, I think with these, I'll have to put that in the next size up. I think we will see. It's always that first time doing drills in here. I kind of have to see. I should be fairly close. 21. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to put those in. But that's kind of one of those things that we will we will kit this up. And I need to pull out a bag for trash. I use these to put my trash in as we kit up. So anyways, the one downside and the one thing that I do not like about the Jaded Gem Shop canvases is how the drills come in these combination of drill packs. I especially dislike these tiny little drill packs here. These are the bane of my existence, and the fact that they're all loose like this, because it destroys my flow of how I like to kit up. And you can have like multiple strings of the same drill, and you can think, oh, I've kit up all of that color, and when in actuality you have not kit up all of that color. So that's the one thing that I do not like, is actually kitting up a Jaded Gem Shop canvas. But then I also do not like kitting up any drills or any kits period. That is something that I do not like. Yeah, I have to keep this in this container, but as I work that color I can downsize it. So girls are running around. This is hooliganry time. I will usually I just kind of put the drills all over here, so that way I can organize them in my tray once I'm done with the loading them up, because I like to load them into the tray in a specific way. But anyways, I hope everybody's been having an excellent day. week, all of that fun stuff. We're some semblance of normal with today's video. In next week's Whip and Chat, I plan to do an actual normal Whip and Chat. Really, Mochi? She's like, I found a box that's been there on the floor for 2 days, but she decided today that she was going to actually climb in the box right now, at this exact moment. Of course, right now, at this exact moment. This one's it's always so borderline when they come in like these, because these almost fit into one of these, but not quite. It's like literally almost. So borderline. I should be able to make it. I'll make it work, because I really do not want to have to use one of those. I want to be able to fit that into here. Oh, I already have one. I am like that person that despises loading drills into into like the container that is too, like, the step up from what it should be. I like to use the smallest possible container. I don't know why. It's just like a thing I have to use. So anyways, I am still kind of at my parents' place, because I am on vacation right now in between my move process. So I am at their place for a couple weeks before I head over to the other side of Florida, because they're on the Gulf Coast. And I'm over here kind of chilling and being a bum and doing a lot of diamond painting. See, this totally fits. Relaxing, kind of edging out, enjoying my life before I head over to Jacksonville and actually become a contributing member to society and return to the work life. But no, I'm enjoying the like relax, chill out, sleep in. Really much. Just being silly. Sleep in, diamond paint, kind of like have home cooked food, all that fun stuff. Oh, really? You're touching my butt, girl. What are you doing, Momo? So that has been wonderful. It has been, I feel like it's been a whirlwind, and I'm just finally slowing down. We've made it to Florida safely, obviously, as you can tell, because here we are. And it's been nice to be like able to chill and relax, and be like here and not have to do anything. So we're here, we're chilled, like no longer moving, no longer traveling, no longer driving. The drive went really well. I was really impressed with how well the cats did. Oh my goodness, they did so well. They did so well. So pleased with how the girls did. That was like my one concern, was how would they do traveling. I figured Mochi would do well, because, I've driven with her before, not like a long trip really, but I've driven with her before, like back and forth. When I was in Hawaii, I would take her down to put her harness on her and take her to the pet store all the time. And we go strolling around the pet store, so she would socialize. If you wonder what that noise is in the background, Mochi's playing in a box, because Mochi, so she's being Mochi, doing Mochi things. Oh wait, no, that's Sushi playing in the box now. That's really Susu. Hi Susu, you're silly. There's some paper in the box, and Sushi's rattling the paper as she. Oh, you're gonna slap your tail at me now. You're silly. What, Susu? Hey, Susie. Susie. Hey, little flap. They're silly. But, oh my goodness, are they funny? So they are settling in nicely. They did really well. Like, Sushi did surprisingly well. I was expecting her, because like when I would take her to the vet, yeah, chaos right there. When I would take them to the vet, Sushi would just meow at me the entire time we'd be in the car driving to the vet. So I expected her to do that the whole time. We were driving, to at least give us some meows and everything. No. Mochi would just, like, we'd get in the car. Mochi would basically grab her around the neck, hold her down, lick her. And, like, if she made any kind of stirring, Mochi would lick the baby. Mochi would go over there, lick the baby's head, and the baby would just kind of like curl up and sleep. And she basically slept the entire time we were traveling. It was so good. I was very, very impressed with her. So that was super impressive. The first day went really, really well, of driving. We usually did about 2 days, or about 9 hours worth of actual drive time. And then of course we would have stops. The girls didn't want to eat. They didn't want to drink. Well, we didn't really offer them food during the day because they just got their dinner. They got their food at nighttime, so that way they could process, or like, we didn't offer them food really during the day, during drive times or anything like that. Just so much easier with the cats to not do it that way. But we did offer them water, obviously, but not food. Hi, Momo. Hey, Momo. What, little girl? Just passing through, baby girl. But we did offer them water, obviously, and then we would break the litter box out at lunchtime and offer them litter box, which the day one, obviously, absolutely not. Nobody wanted litter. Day two, I think the girls kind of got like a little upset tummy because they were adapting to being in the car. There was a lot of changes. So day two, both girls had a little bit of an upset tummy, and they did need to use the litter box partway through the drive. So it was like, I think it was about 2 hours into the drive, maybe 3 hours into the drive. But Sushi kind of gave us like this really loud meow. So I was like, that's not a normal Sushi meow, because she's been really quiet. So we took the next exit, which fortunately we were like right at an exit. Took the next exit, got off. We actually needed gas anyways. And stopped and got out the litter box out, put it out, and she went right in the litter box, it was a little bit softer than normal, because you could tell that she had a little upset tummy at the time, and then offered it to Mochi as well, and Mochi was like, I don't need that, I'm not going. And then, I think the car got a little bit warm for the girls at that point in time, because we had a little bit warmer than what it had been for us for the rest of, like the previous day. Because about half an hour later, we got back on the road, and half an hour later, Mochi gives us like a plaintive mewl, and cries at us. And we're like, okay, Mochi's talking at us now. So we weren't around a gas station at that point. So we just pulled off an exit to like the middle of nowhere, pulled off the side of the road on the exit, and got the litter box out. And Mochi was like, had to go so bad. Oh my goodness, she had to go so bad. So she jumps in the litter box, but she held it till she was in the litter box. So it was a combination of like trust that we would get her litter box out in time for her, and then holding it until she got in the litter box. And she went, and you could tell she didn't feel good, because then she proceeded to sit in the litter box for a minute, and then got out of the litter box, and then she just like sat there in the lid of the litter box and looked at me, and you could tell she still didn't feel good. And then she proceeded to get back in the litter box, go again, and then she threw up, which is a sign that she really didn't feel good as she's jumping around the front of the RV being silly. And it was like, okay, she doesn't feel good, her stomach's upset, but settled down after that. They didn't have to use the litter box again. It was just that one time, kind of like cleared it out of their system a little bit. But that was before lunch. We offered them both a litter box again at lunchtime. Neither of them had to go, but we kept the car a little bit cooler after that, and they did fine the rest of the day. Now they're haranguing each other and fighting right now. Play fighting, really, is what they're doing. Play fighting. And they did fine for the rest of the day after that. But that was day two, and thankfully that was like the day that we stopped in San Antonio, because that was Wednesday night. And then we stopped in San Antonio Wednesday night, and then spent Thursday in San Antonio. My mom and I went to the Alamo, because my mom had never been there. And then we went down to the Riverwalk and had some good barbecue. Well, good San Antonio barbecue, because there's better places to get barbecue than San Antonio, but we had a good San Antonio barbecue. And then we proceeded to chill for a few hours and just kind of relax, kind of take it easy. And then we had the concert, the 17 concert in the evening, so we went to that. And then the girls really enjoyed having look at all that static. So much static. It's better than what it was in California for sure, but still staticky. I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at that. All of those drills. So, went to the concert, which was super fun. I enjoyed it. I had a blast. My mom was like, it was interesting. She had fun, but she was like, it was definitely interesting going to a K-pop concert when she's not a K-pop fan in any way, shape, or form. But she had fun. She enjoyed it. And after the concert, we left, departed Thursday morning, or Friday morning, then to head down, continue our route. Ended up stopping around to like Biloxi area. It was our next stop. And then after that, Saturday morning, we ended up only having like another 5.5 hours, somewhere around there, worth of driving to do on Saturday, which went well, and we got in. We got a little bit of a late start. I think it was it Saturday that we got the late start? It was Friday morning that we got a late start because I had to stop and I went to go top off my engine coolant in my car Friday morning in San Antonio before we left San Antonio. And I go out and I'm like, okay. I go to take my engine coolant cover off, the cap off of the reservoir, and I'm like, all right, well, guess I'm not putting coolant in my car at this exact moment, and we're gonna have to go, instead of like putting coolant in the car and heading on the way, we're gonna be driving to the closest auto parts store, because the half of my cap, my coolant reservoir came off, and the other half of the cap, the actual mechanism, that's the important part that you actually need to, that part just stayed in the reservoir. So, and this is a cap that's all of like a month old, because I got my reservoir replaced like a month ago. So yeah, we had to go to, I think we had to go into an O'Reilly's, was the closest auto parts store. And then the kid that was helping us out, because of course, it was like a 10-minute drive to get there from the hotel. So we get there and, he's trying to fix the thing. He's trying to pull it out and like unthread it because it's the internal mechanism of the cap that he's trying to pull out. And he's just like spinning it around in circles, doing nothing. So finally I'm like, all right, give it here. And I take the pliers from him and like just pull the thing straight out. Took a little more muscle grease, elbow grease than that. But I basically just pulled the thing straight out after he's been like playing with it and trying to get it out for like 20 minutes at this point. I just get in there and like yank it straight out because I'm like, I don't have time to deal with him playing around with this and basically not making progress when I've done this to my car multiple times, because I've like, it's ridiculous. I've had to replace, like, the desert kills things on your car, and I've had to replace the coolant cap on my car like multiple times for like no logical reason. Yeah, so because they like to just die on that particular reservoir cap, likes to die, I guess. So anyways, I went ahead and we did that, and while we were there, my the day before, on Wednesday, we had stopped to get lunch. No, we had stopped to get breakfast, and I was put on the turn signal for my car, and I was like, my turn signal went from going beep, went from the click, it went from like the normal click, click, click to the spaz mode click, 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 which my mom was like, oh yeah, that means you have a burned out turn signal. And I was like, okay. Thankfully it was the front turn signal, so like the cars behind me, I was still good to go. But we were like, well, now that we're at an auto parts store, let's go ahead and fix that too. So we did that while we were there. So that was Friday. And then Saturday we were we finally got here, and that was like Saturday afternoon. I'm gonna leave those ones there. And then we proceeded to just kind of like chill, settle in. And then Sunday we went and picked up a couple things grocery-wise, which we hate. My mom and I dislike going grocery shopping with my dad because he's always like, rush, 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 rush. So he rushed us grocery shopping. So it was like we picked up like almost nothing groceries because he was rushing us in and out of the store. And we're like, we can't grocery shop when you're rushing us. Because he was on a mission, and we're like, that's not how you grocery shop. You don't, not like when you don't have, we did, because we hadn't had a chance to make like a list of what we needed groceries. So if you don't have a list, you have to take your time when you're grocery shopping because you have to figure out what you need. And he was like, let's get this, let's get that, let's get in and out, and blah, 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 which is not the way, like, my dad doesn't shop like that. My dad is the person that if you take him into like a Home Depot or something else, you better expect that you're going to be sitting there for a hot minute because he will have a list of what he wants, but you're always going to be there like an hour longer than you expect, even with a list of what he needs from said store. He's going to be there significantly longer. That's just how it works. So the fact that he wants to get in and out of Walmart for the groceries was just like, come on, that's not how any of us, like, you got to take your time when you want to get some stuff. And we wanted to pick up like a little vacuum for this RV, because it's like my mom had taken all of their stuff, because this is the one they used to use before they moved into their other RV. So it was silliness. So anyways, we ended up, I think it was it Monday or Tuesday? I don't know. The days have been melding together. I have no idea what we've done each day this week. I've done a lot of diamond painting. I've done some diamond painting. First I had to settle in and unpack everything, which took like a couple days to kind of get myself all settled and unpacked for stuff. But I did that for a lot of everything. And then once I felt like I was unorganized and all that stuff, and once I did that, then I felt like I could actually start doing some diamond painting, which was mostly doing small. I mostly did small kits. So I really only, let's see, what today is Friday? So I did Friday, I did Thursday, I did Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Really, I've only done like 3 days worth of diamond painting of actual, like, that I've actually gotten a chance to do, because I was doing all of the, like, getting everything set up in here prior to that. It was like organizing and setting up and everything earlier than that. So yes, Monday and Tuesday was all organizing, setting up, getting myself settled in, doing all of that. I didn't really have a chance to get like diamond painting and all of that stuff really truly get any of that stuff done until really Wednesday, that I kind of got myself all good to go on the diamond painting. So I've kind of got that setup done. This is going to be the table I'm at right now is my filming / my painting table, because this will be the same table / desk that I'm going to use for filming my brush, or not filming, but for doing my brush painting videos, or not my brush painting videos, but my brush painting class that I do on Saturdays. So my brush painting and my filming will be done at this table. And then I have the easel set up over, because this is just like one of those white folding tables that we have set up in the RV here. Kind of right behind the front of the RV. Right behind, like, there's the passenger seat and then the front seat right there. And we actually ended up putting the litter box in front of the front passenger seat on the floor. We were like, that's a perfect spot for it, and it fits perfectly right there. So that's where I ended up putting the cat's litter box. So it's kind of out of the way, but not so far out of the way where you can't easily access it to clean it every day. So that's where the girls' litter box is. And then I've got the right behind that, so the seats are there, and then I've got the table set up here against that wall. The love seat is to my left, and then right behind me is the door to get out, and then behind that is like the kitchenette and dining room, the kitchen and the dining room area. So this is like the main living space. And then the desk, or the table, this had like like a table and 4 chairs, which my mom and dad didn't like that setup, so they took that out. My dad built like a custom table that's more of like a wall table, where it's more of like a breakfast table area, where instead of having like the 4 tables set up, like the table and 4 chairs, which just took up too much space, and then he didn't like how that was set up. He built like a table against the wall that they could have like the 2 chairs set up against the wall. For that table, and that's what I actually have as my actual diamond painting space. So that's over on that side over there, and behind that, from there is the bathroom, the toilet and sink on one side, and then the shower on the other side. And then behind that is the bedroom with the queen size bed and everything, which yeah, that's basically, you know, this the bedroom where you sleep. So that's kind of the setup that we have in here. And yeah, I've just been settling in. I haven't had to cook anything, which is fine because I don't really cook anyways. So it's all been on my mom's been doing all of the cooking, which has been wonderful because, you know, there's nothing better than your mom's home cooked food. So she's been doing all of the cooking, which has been wonderful and a treat for me to get all the home cooked food. The girls have settled in nicely. They're loving it. They've got their favorite thing ever is to lay in front of the dash, or like laying in the dash between the curtains and the windshield and just chill in the dash. They are having a blast with that. That is like their happy space. Let me see how many bags. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this will be I think this will be one of these because I think that's going to be more than this. Yeah, so they are loving that. It is totally their happy space and it makes them totally happy to do that. Lay in the sun, lay in the dash, and then Mochi, I put like fuzzy gray blanket on the arm of the love seats. That way, you know, when if it gets chilly or whatnot, you've got the blanket on the couch to cover up with. And I just had it like folded up and on the arm of the love seat. And Mochi was curled up on it and kind of nested it into like a little cat nest. And that has become like her favorite spot to lay when she's not laying in the dash. And then now they alternate between laying on that and laying in the dash for which cat lays there. And then they're like, oh, carpet. We were not used to having carpet. So of course they want to scritch the carpet with their little scritchy claws. And I was like, oh, that's the one thing I forgot to do is get like a scritching post to have delivered here so they could have a scratching post. So I had to order a scratching post, which the scratching post that I ordered is super awesome. I am in love with it. It is a pink flamingo scratching post, so it's bright pink. It is so much fun. And it has it's small, which is perfect. So it's not like a super massive one, but it's not like a super small one either. It's kind of on the smaller side of a medium. It's like a schmedium. We're going to call it a schmedium. And it is pink flamingos, which makes it super incredible. And the pink flamingo-ness of it. And beyond that, it's got like a hammock section for it. Because the little hammocky part, like what Mochi had in the one that was in the office back in Cali. So Mochi's in heaven. Like as I was putting it together, Mochi was like hammock. I hadn't even attached the hammock fully. And Mochi was laying in the hammock. It was the cutest thing ever. She was like, hammock, jump. And in she went. She was so happy about it. So now they'll alternate between one cat laying in the hammock and then one cat laying in the blanket. Right now, Mochi's laying on the blanket and Sushi's, Mochi was laying in the blanket. Right now, they're chasing each other around, beating up on each other, play fighting. Because, you know, they've been sleeping literally all day. I don't think they've adapted to the time difference, like the time zone changes yet, even though it's been like a week. But their schedule, they still don't have their schedule back to like fully normal yet. They're still kind of off from what they would know. Yeah, they've been sleeping a lot more than normal. And then they'll be awake at like really weird hours. And I'm like, girls, come on. Enough of this hooliganry. They'll wake me up in the morning by running laps from back and forth to the front of the RV and back. And I'm like, okay, this would be fine if you wouldn't be pouncing on me in the middle of your laps. But yeah, they are settling in just fine. Having a hoot of a time. Oh my goodness, are they having a hoot? They're hilarious. So, other than that, I'm trying to think of... I think that's kind of like the big ticket items. It threw me off. I saw this 838, and then the next one that's up after this one is a 938, and I almost had like a no, I'm gonna have to swap out containers moment, but no, I don't, because that's a 938, not an 838. And it doesn't help that they're both browns. But yeah, the girls are just settling in nicely, then that makes me happy. And then I've still got, you know, like a week and a half almost or so of chill time before I have to actually go check in with work. And I'm like, I need more time. I don't want to go to work. So I'm like, ugh. But the good thing is, you know, it'll be shortly after that, it'll be on to like Thanksgiving and all of that. And I've got I'll have to spend some days once I get doing some like online training stuff before I can actually do my check-in stuff at like as part of my check-in stuff at work. So that's going to be a process. How many bags of 939? Okay, we're going to have to go with one of these. Yep, we're going to have to go with one of these. So that'll just be fine with me. I'll have to spend some time in front of the computer as part of my check-in. I'm like, okay, no biggie. I can do that. Throw along the check-in process. Hopefully that means I'll get like a 4-day weekend for Thanksgiving, since it's not like, because that'll be like, what, a week and a half after I get there and check in. My brother might be taking vacation time, taking leave for Christmas. We'll have to see if they're giving people the opportunity to actually do that for his boat where he's stationed. And if they do, then he will come to Florida, and then we'll have all 4 of us here for Christmas, which would be wonderful. So yes, so that's kind of on the agenda ideally. But yeah. And it's kind of nice knowing that we're, you know, so close to family. Even when I head east, it'll be, you know, this being right here, it's so close to my parents. I might be able to move this down into a slightly smaller one. And if I can, that would make me happy. We'll see once I pour these ones in, if I can or not. Let's see. This is always the true test. I think not. We'll see. Well. No. Nope, not quite. Just slightly too many in here. It's like just barely. So this is going to be one of those times where apparently I had drills in this container that did not get poured out. Okay. So this is one of those things that annoys me when I'm so close on a container like this that it almost would fit into one of these containers. So what'll happen is I will use this, and as I fill these and take it down, I will downsize from this container to that next step down container, because it'll annoy me to have this much unused space in a container. And that's just how my brain works on these things, because I like to use literally the smallest possible container that I can. So yes, I've already planned out here in the RV where I'll store diamond paintings. I'm working on some little diamond paintings that I have. I finished five little mini diamond paintings. I want to start working on the ones in the tub that I brought with me as well, but I started Konashi, because that's one that I definitely need to do since I've had it kitted up for so long. I've had it kitted up for a few months now, and I finally started Konashi. So and I finished one section on Konashi today. So that's something that I definitely want to keep working on, but I also want to work on this one. My Nightcourt November definitely needs done. Konashi's a square, so that one will take me a little bit longer, obviously, because it's a square. But Nightcourt November should go a little bit faster because it is a round. And then I want to start working on some of those small canvases in my my tub that I brought with me. I want to start working on some of those and knock out some of those as some finishes of some of the old stuff that I already had. I have been working on some of the newer ones that I just got, trying to finish. I've been working on a couple of some of the newer stuff that I have. And I finished 5 things so far, but I need to move on to some of the other stuff stuff as well. I need to see what I got, girlfriend. You're not helpful. Momo. You're not very helpful, girlfriend. Ha, I do have that one. Hi, girlfriend. What, Momo? You my girl babes. Hi, Mochi. Mochi cat. Oh my goodness. Chin rubs. Chin scritches. I'm just happy that the girls are settling in as well as they are. Mochi is greeting me at the door like a little dog every time I walk in the RV, which is, you know, normal Mochi behavior. You walk in the house, she greets you at the door and rolls around on the floor like a dog. Silly cat. So she's doing that. So that means that she's like, okay, mom's home. I can roll around like a dog because I'm a dog cat. So she's doing that. Sushi is her normal chaos self. But she's actually, I'm going to like regret saying this, but she's actually not been causing as much chaos here as what she would get into back at the house. So that's a good thing. We'll see if that holds true. Oh, the one thing that they did. Oh my goodness, you guys wouldn't believe this. So this is the second RV. So my parents have their primary one that they live in hooked up to the main power hookups. And then they have this one just hooked up via an extension cord basically to the power, which means that this RV, with the way they have it hooked up right now, because it's not the primary RV, can't run all of the stuff at the same time. So if it was hooked up to the main power, or with the main power plugs of everything, then it would be fine, and I could run everything in here normally. I could run both ACs, I could run the microwave, I could do everything, and it would be fine because I wouldn't be overpowering anything. But the way it's set up, essentially you run the risk of overpowering it. So what that means is I have to essentially turn off I can run one AC at a time, which is fine. It's not like I need to worry about running both AC units. I can have one of them is enough to cool the whole unit down. So I can run one AC unit, and if I want to run the microwave or run like like a kettle or something that is more than like 20 amps worth of power, I have to then turn off the AC to then run the microwave, turn off the AC to run the hot water heater. And it's just a matter of going and turning off the thermostat in the back bedroom, and then using the microwave or using my tea kettle or anything like that. That's going to do a power suck. Because of how they have me plugged into the power since I'm on the secondary power. No big deal. But it was like, my mom and I were sitting in here doing something, and it was just like, all of a sudden, it was like, the power went out. Like, I think it was because the AC kicked on, and we were like, why did the power just, like, go off? And the lights still stay on because they're on battery backup. And I was like, why did the power go out? And it was like, that's odd, huh? So my mom went and flipped the breaker, got everything back up, and we're like, okay, that's weird. But okay, sometimes that happens. That's odd. So she does that, comes back in, and the AC kicks on, and then like a couple minutes, like 2 minutes later, the breaker trips again, and the power goes out again. And we're like, okay, that's bizarre. So she goes back out, and I'm like, and because we're looking, and we're like, okay, there's something in here that's pulling more power than what should be pulled, and than what I can be drawing at one time. So there's something. And so we're like looking around. I'm trying to say, okay, what do I need to unplug? Because something's obviously plugged in that shouldn't be plugged in. So I'm like going around and unplugging all the things that I plugged in, which isn't that much. It's like my iPad and my like light pad, these lights, things like that. And I'm like, what could it be? So the second time it happens, my mom's out at the breaker to flip the breaker. I'm like this, and I'm like, I wonder. I go into the bathroom, and sure enough, my little chaos demon of a cat went into the bathroom and and she switched on in her chaos causing mode, turned on the hot water heater in the bathroom, which is like, it's basically, those like flat light switches that it's a flat light switch on basically on the vanity in the bathroom. So definitely easy paw reach for a little short cat, a little rascally thing. Flipped the switch on and caused it, so that was on, which then means as soon as the AC kicked on, it was like, oh hey, you're sucking too much power, and proceeded to, cause issues and cause us to trip the breaker. So once I saw what the issue was, I could turn the hot water heater off so that it didn't trip the breaker again. But it was like, oh my goodness, this little turd. But anyways, so that was the only thing chaos that she's caused lately. Diamond painting wise, yeah, back to the diamond painting stuff. I've caught up. I haven't finished any big paintings yet this month, but I have caught up successfully on my temperature sales, my 2 cross stitch conversions. I have fully caught up on those. So my my September and my October for my daily highs, whereas last month I had not done September or October. I have done both months on my daily highs, and then my temperature dragon for my daily lows, that one I finished out October. So those have been fully caught up. And then I also did the first 2 months of the temperature, or not the temperature, the first 2 months of the Flossy Fox Shop, the Night of the Frost Dragon stitch along that I'm doing with a group of friends, which I had the canvas and everything shipped here, so I didn't have to try to transport it while I was moving. So I had Jade ship it here for me. So that was shipped here, and I kitted that one up a couple days ago and started that one, and I had to do the September and the October months for the first 2. It's an 8-month stitch along. So I finished month 1 and month 2 just a couple days ago. So I did do some diamond painting to do those. And then I did some of the minis. I was working on the mini kits. I did finish 5 mini kits that vary in size from the super tiny, the small ones, up to 15 by 25, and then the Diamond Artisan Shops, the Diamond Delights, that's that one. The Diamond Delights, the Great Wave, that one is the largest one. Actually a 30 by 30. I did a 30 by 30 as well. So, all the way from maybe a 10 by, a 15 by 20 maybe, or 15 by 17, up to that 30 by 30. So that's what I've been working on, has been those. And then I did let's see, do I need to grab how many of these do I have? 3,000. Okay, that one will be one that I actually need. That's going to be, I think it's a little much for one of those containers. No, I could fit 2 in there, so I would fit in there. I have to grab one of those from somewhere else. Oh, actually, I could grab it from here. So we're going to put this over here. Grab that from my cross-stitch conversion. Alright, we're going to do this one here. So I was able to do, I caught up on all those. So now I've got the 3 cross-stitch conversions that I'm doing, which I work on those on this desk because I need a flat setup for the cross-stitch conversions with how I work on those. And then, so I do the cross-stitch conversions over here, and then I started the Kyonashi, got a section done there, and now I will be starting, now that I've got that one done and started that one, got a section done there. I haven't worked on the Storm God because I had to have my dad trim my easel, the back end of my easel, so that way I could actually have a little bit of a ledge. I needed a little bit of a ledge for my arm to rest on in the front of that desk over there, because it's such a shallow desk, or shallow table. but I needed a little bit of like a arm ledge to comfortably work over there. So I had my dad trim the back like 4 inches or so, 4 to 6 inches or so off the support back end of my easel, and he did that. So now I could actually work off of the easel properly, which he did that for me yesterday. So really yesterday was the first time that I was able to actually, so I was doing the cross stitch conversions and the things that I didn't need my easel for until he could do like the surgery on my easel, because I needed that done to be able to comfortably work at the easel. But I got that done, and now it's like I can definitely work there, and it's like, okay, that's exactly what I needed. I'm like, oh my goodness, see, this static is just annoying. So annoying. So annoying. But almost done, almost done. And then I have to go clean the litter box when I'm done with this, because a certain little thing just stunk the place up while I was talking to you guys. Such wonderful things, these cats. But I forgot 3 colors left. Yay, I'm at the end, and then I can sort them. And you can see my method to my madness of sorting. But anyways, so what was I going to say after... Oh yeah, so we'll do this, and then, oh yeah, so that's kind of what my WIPs are that I've got going. I do plan on working on the Storm God. I just kind of didn't want to work on a super confetti heavy square. I just have to be in the mood to do a confetti heavy square, and I've been doing, after doing all those cross stitch conversions, I needed something that was like a round. So I did like a little mini round, and then I did a couple square minis, and now I'm like, I need to work, and then Kyonashi is a square, so I was like, I really want to work on a round, so I needed to kit this up, but I'll probably grab like a round mini kit out of my hoard in my little hoard box that I have right down there, so that way I can have, or like a small, not a mini because I don't have like any more mini minis. I have like a couple, like one maybe mini in round left to go, but I'll probably pull out like a confetti heavy round from down there that's small, so I have something that's quick finish, because that's something that when I work on a lot of those squares, I like to have those quick finishes, because they give me that satisfaction of like, ah, yes, something that I finished rapidly. Aha, done. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and pull the tray over, and we're going to sort these bad boys. I do like to put this right down there. All right, so I like to do my numbers first. 2, 3, 9, and then I'll go into my alphabets. A, H, X, N, E, D, H, F, so A, D, E, F, G, H, J, N, X, Y. And then the rest of them are symbols. And this is the fun part, is I get to organize these symbols into some semblance. So I like to pull them into symbols that have like similar patterns. So things that are like, I usually will do the symbols that are like mathematical type symbols. I'll kind of pull those out. These are Japanese symbols. So those are going to go together. That's another Japanese character. I'll do my ats. So this is kind of a little bit of the randomness that I'll do. The check mark isn't really one of the mathematical type symbols, but I am going to put it with the mathematical symbols because in my brain that goes together. And then we have like the square, triangle, circle, spade. Those always go to, those kind of go together. And then we will have, so then it's usually a matter of saying, okay, I'm going to put those symbols together there. And then we'll go with those ones there. That spot on the table is kind of awkward. And then I'll say, like, this is symbols that are kind of like weird shaped symbols, but kind of roundish type symbols. And then I usually kind of am worked, because you can see those are that, and then if it's something that has like a similar-ish type shapes in a way, they kind of go together. And then I'll go into like arrows, and then I'll be left ultimately like arrows and lines. And then I kind of get left with like the random stuff at the end. So we're gonna go with these ones, our round ones, and then we're gonna go with our these symbols here, and then we're gonna go with our kanji characters, and then our last few are these over here. And that there, and with that, we're going to go ahead and go with this one here. All right, and now let's clean up my mess over here that I made on my desk, which is really just going to entail taking those and moving them to there. All right, and now we are fully kitted up and ready to go. There is our finished product for Hello Wingspan from Viento. But we're going to do it like this so we can see exactly. I'm going to get up so I can actually show it off a little bit. I miss having my rolly chair so I can roll it back. But there is our kit up of what we have. And as I said, okay, now that's going to annoy me because now it looks like, I may rearrange one of these and put this one first, because that one will totally fit there, because that one's not going to fit one. But now I could actually put this back over like this and put this back how I had it. Yes, I like that better, because that was annoying me that was not full. And then we have our drills. Look at those gorgeous drill spread, organized by symbols. So if we look at them by your symbols, you've got your numbers, my alphabetical order through the alphabet, and then we go into our special symbols, which I have them as like mathematical ones in my head, with those symbols, and then our roundish type symbols. We have shapes, and then we go into our square, triangle, dots, our Japanese characters, because there's the N, and then we have our arrows, and then our kind of miscellaneous characters at the end. And I always usually end up with the person at the last character. And that is our spread for our Hello Wingspan, which is going to be this one right here. Hello Wingspan by Viento. And I can put this in my logbook, which I am actually in the process of swapping out my logbook. I decided I wasn't a fan of the logbook that I had, so I decided I needed to change to a new logbook. So I am going to be rewriting my logbook and doing a handwritten logbook in a notebook that I have, which, let me grab what I'm going to transfer it to. Here it is. So I have all of these, I have some really cool notebooks. So instead of having it in this, which I do really like this, But it's one of those things where I'm like, it's just going to get perpetually larger and larger and larger. And I'm like, you know, I like to be able to say, hey, where's the finite, I'm done kind of a thing. Where is this is the end for the logbook, because there's no ever finish of this. It's just going to keep adding and adding, and then when is it done? When is it finished? So I was like, I've got these books, and I'm not a journaling person. I'm never going to finish these books unless, or write in these books, unless I actually start, like, transfer them over. But then my brain won't, like, I've got 4 different ones of these books, and what I love is that the pages are, like, look at these pages. Are these not the coolest books ever? So I'm like, I'm going to use these books, and they're like 120, 140, they're 100 plus pages. So I'm going to turn these into my logbooks. And I'm going to go ahead and actually, because it's the way my brain won't let me do it unless I actually go through the work of transferring everything from these books here over to this book. So that's one of the things that I want to work on this week, is actually going through and transposing it all and taking it all from here over to the new logbook. So that's going to be something that I work on, is kind of transferring it all over. Some of it will be easy. The stuff that I have, some of it, like these, you can see I just have them washi taped in. That'll be easy to do. Just pull up the washi tape, and then I'll just take the washi tape from the one and transfer it over. I just have to decide. I'm going to have to grab a scrap piece of paper and write out what I want this to look like, so I can have a uniform format throughout my logbook. And you can see these are 3 of the paintings that I finished already. This was the smallest one that I did. And there's the Great Wave. And there's Cup of Bear. That's from Enabler's Outpost. So these are like 3 of the paintings that I've done already. So I put them right there. But yeah, I need to do this transition of things. And it'll be a matter of kind of like cutting. Like some of this will be easy to transfer over. I have some of these as like sticker papers. Others of these, it's going to be a matter of, like these ones that are photos like this, those will be easy because they'll peel up. But the ones that are actual stickers, like these, like this is one that came out of another book. So I actually, because the Fairy Bunny one, I don't know why Fairy Bunny will be a different one. But you can see how this one, I don't know why Fairy Bunny was different than the others. But I just taped Fairy Bunny down. Oh, because I think that was one that I had to do off of like the box, or I don't know why. But anyways, and like you can see how they are. Some of these I'm going to have to like cut them out. But I'm totally going to do it because I want to be able to have them transferred over and have them all in the new one. So then I can have all of this information instead of having it on like a front and back like this. I can then have it all in the same one. So instead of saying, okay, here's the details here, then let's flip it over and look at it, I can say, okay, here's the details for the same painting all in one spread. But that's the plan. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys for today. I am going to go ahead and let you go because that's going to be something that's going to take some time. We're going to add this painting to the mix here and add that photo there. And I will see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.